And take a look at this right here on your screen. This is from the New York Post. As you can see, a homeless woman, they say, is accused of stabbing a tourist inside of a bathroom. Now, she's been released from a psych hospital the morning of that attack. There is so much information that is coming in here. I do want to bring in CB Cotton. She is with Fox News and has been following this story as all of this happening in a very busy area. CB, thank you so much for being here. What do we know? What don't we know at this point?
Hey, Josh. Well, thanks for having us. So thankfully, one of the big takeaways is that the mother and her baby's father were able to fend off the attacker inside this Macy's. This is normally, it should have been a festive time for this mom who was traveling and visiting from California, a time where she could come inside this store, do some holiday shopping, but things quickly turned into a life or death situation when police say the suspect, Kerri Aherne of Massachusetts, came inside the bathroom and started stabbing this mother. Prosecutors say Aherne had been in the city's psychiatric center for more than a year when she was released on Thursday morning. They say she then went to a Macy's and purchased a knife for the attack. She was arraigned yesterday on multiple charges, including attempted murder, and she's now being held without bail. The mother and her baby, again, were visiting from California and are expected to be okay. The woman and her boyfriend are actually employees at the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. The sheriff thanked the NYPD for quickly bringing the suspect into custody. The suspect is reportedly homeless, and this case is now bringing Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani's policy proposal of ending homeless encampment sweeps back into the spotlight, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to this, and it's a terrifying situation because it sounds as though there's no real connection here between the two. Have we heard if there's going to be really any type of news conference about this? Because I have to imagine that there's a lot of questions there from the public about how something like this could happen.
Josh, there are so many questions from people who are, New Yorkers and also people who are visiting. You come out here, it's freezing cold. As you can see, my eyes are running. You're just trying to enjoy the holiday season, the beautiful decorations, and again, some shopping. And you hear that a woman was randomly attacked inside one of the most iconic stores here in the Big Apple. People are really confused, and it's frankly quite terrifying. Again, we know this suspect was arraigned on multiple charges yesterday, including attempted murder, 2 counts of assault, criminal possession of a weapon, and endangering the welfare of a child. We aren't expecting to get any more updates over the weekend, but we do know the suspect is due back in court on December 17th. And if I didn't mention, she is being held without bail, but her attorney reportedly said during the court appearance yesterday that he will request bail during the next hearing. As I also talked about, Josh, the case really bringing back into spotlight some of Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani's proposals. He said instead of the homeless encampment sweeps, he wants to connect people on the streets with social workers and try to use those social workers to persuade people to get into permanent housing. And this week he doubled down on that idea despite pushback and criticism from both outgoing Mayor Eric Adams and New York Governor Kathy Hochul. This type of case, though, really prompting a lot of concern from people about how this idea to end sweeps might eventually carry over and cause some quality of life issues, because this suspect is said to be from Massachusetts, but once she got here to New York City, the thought is right now that she was homeless.
All right, CB Cotton there at Fox News. Of course, we are going to stay in touch. There is so much to this story, and I'm sure you'll have Zohran Mamdani and Eric Adams asked a lot of questions about that at any future news conferences. CB, thank you again for being here. We definitely appreciate it.